My name is Grace Farrow, and I am a solutions consultant at Concur. Today, I'm excited to discuss Concur Expense, our comprehensive solution for managing expenses seamlessly and efficiently. SAP Concur is a product to help simplify your business processes. Concur Solutions takes companies of all sizes and stages beyond automation to a completely connected spend management solution, encompassing travel, expense, and invoice. Today, I'm going to bring you through the life cycle of an expense. One of the key features of Concur is the ability to simplify the process of collecting expenses. With its intuitive interface, employees can effortlessly capture receipts and expense details, whether they're on the go or in the office. Once those expenses are captured, we're going to streamline the process of building out expense reports. It's automatically going to categorize those expenses by expense type, apply relevant policies, and allow users to add any necessary notes or comments, ensuring accuracy and compliance. For managers and approvers, we're going to offer a streamlined approval workflow with customizable approval chains and real-time notifications. Managers will quickly be able to review and approve those expense reports from anywhere, saving time and reducing bottlenecks. Then, for any out-of-pocket expenses, we'll be able to help with that reimbursement process. Employees can easily submit reimbursement requests, attach receipts, and track the statuses of those requests. And then finally, we're going to provide comprehensive visibility into expense data through robust reporting and analytical tools. So let's dive in. In terms of capturing those expenses, the first way is going to be through email. We'll be able to capture expenses by forwarding receipts directly to Concur. In addition, we can also set up a credit card feed, which is going to automatically import transactions for easy expense tracking. And then lastly, we can capture travel expenses effortlessly by integrating with e-receipts and our mobile application. You'll be able to download the mobile app for both your iPhone and your Android. What we're looking at here is the homepage for the Concur application. At the top, you can see I have a few expense reports that are currently open that I'm working on. Underneath, you can see Drive, which is a built-in GPS-enabled feature for mileage capturing, which is an add-on service. Underneath that, you can see that I have one expense report or one expense receipt that I currently need to move to a report. And then at the bottom, you can see I have some approvals for some invoices that are outstanding. If I select the mobile icon or the camera icon on the bottom right and I open that up, it's going to open up my camera to take a photo of this receipt. The box is off only because I am screen sharing, but it will perfectly line up, and the OCR is going to pick up the dollar amount first. This is just to confirm that the OCR is looking at everything correctly. On the back end, as you can see, this current expense is being processed. And from there, what that means is the OCR is reading all of the additional information on that receipt. Once I refresh that, you can see that it's going to populate as dinner. $54 is correct. It's processed as dinner based off of the time, the date that was picked up, and then the location is correct. But then you can see that the vendor is incorrect. This you can easily make changes to, and then you can hit save. Moving that dinner receipt, you can move it to a report that you're currently working on or easily generate a new one. For this example, I'm going to move it to a monthly report. Once you move it to that report, you're going to be able to get an overview of all of the expenses within that receipt. Taking a moment to be able to see all of the information on this expense report, you're just easily going to be able to view all of the icons, the dollar amounts, and all the different expenses within this report. Jumping into that specific expense, you're going to be able to see all of the information that the OCR was able to pick up. And then when you scroll down, you'll be able to see all of the custom fields. These expenses are going to be able to be coded appropriately based on the accounting system that you're utilizing. We'll touch on integration, but we are going to bring in the GL codes that you're using today into Concur so then your employees can code those expenses appropriately. As you can see, the different custom fields I have is department, client, location. You can also have a toggle button if you're doing any sort of bill backs to your clients, easily being able to code these expenses as necessary. Once I hit save, the expense is done. Another feature I want to call out is tracking our mileage here today. If you're not looking for anything that has GPS built in, you are able to easily create a personal car mileage as well within Concur. The good news is we are Google enabled by Google Maps. So by selecting add route at the top, you can easily enter in the specific address or the name of a location. I can type in the airport code for Philadelphia and it'll easily populate. And then let's say I'm going to the SAP office in Newtown Square. From there, we're automatically going to calculate that distance and you can confirm that route. And then again, if you need to do any sort of coding, you can do so underneath. And then when you hit save, it's automatically going to calculate the amount that I should be reimbursed. This is calculated based off of the IRS rate. And from there, you have submitted or you have created that personal car mileage with those different expenses within the report. And then you can easily submit this expense report at the bottom. From there, I do want to highlight our desktop version as well. It's important to highlight it because at the end of the day, it's really up to the individual and what they're most comfortable with. If they prefer to create those expense reports on the mobile app, by all means do so. If you're more comfortable doing it on the desktop, please do that. It's really up to what that employee is most comfortable with. What we're looking at here are all of the expense reports, again, that we're showing on my mobile app and the handful of different expenses at the bottom of the screen. If we jump back into my monthly report, you do see that there's that red X at the top right of the report. And then when you click this down arrow, it's also going to highlight that red X here as well. What we call these are audit rules or alerts that are going to be built into Concur based on your company policies. This is to ensure that your employees understand how they can be spending the company money today. With this red X, it's calling out that this entry requires attendees other than yourself. So if I scroll down, I'll be able to see that this business meal has a red X. Jumping into it, you can see that this entry requires attendees other than yourself. And so you'll easily be able to add attendees here. If I click add, I'm going to include my counterpart, Dina. And if I click search, that's going to provide the attendee that I can add. From there, I select add. And then what's going to happen is that red X is going to be removed. From there, what that means is that this expense report can be submitted. With the yellow exclamation points, it's always going to provide the reason as to why the employee is receiving that alert. And then it's always a good way to include some comments to my manager to include why this expense was so high. You'll easily be able to see the receipt image on the right, all of the expense details on the left. This expense is currently allocated, so 50% of the receipt is coded to a specific entity and a specific client, and then the other 50% is located by entity and client as well. You can easily do it by an amount or percent. And then if you also need to do any itemizations for a specific receipt, you can easily do so as well. Once you save this expense, like I said, it will remove that red X, and then you can continue moving forward to approve those expense reports. With customizable approval workflows, managers can tailor the process to fit the organization needs, ensuring efficient routing and compliance. So, an employee can easily submit their expense report, their manager can review it, finance can give that glance over, and then the employee can get reimbursed. Should you need any more complexities, you can easily add an additional approver. We can set up threshold approvers, and then we can also do cost object approvers. A great example is if you're coding an expense to a specific location, you can ensure that that location or property manager is on that approval workflow as well. Approving expense reports is a breeze. Managers have a user-friendly interface that allows them to quickly review and approve reports from both the mobile app, your iPad, or your phone. The real-time notifications are going to keep managers informed of pending approvals, minimizing delays, and ensuring timely reimbursements for employees. This screen here is really going to just provide to you the transparency and accountability, giving those managers confidence to approve the reports. And then in addition to that, you'll also receive an audit trail and all of the details of each expense. Overall, we want to offer a seamless and transparent approach to approving expense reports and providing managers with the tools they need to maintain control and visibility every step of the way. So once everything looks good to go on this report, the employee can easily click Approve at the top right, or they can send it back to an employee to make necessary changes. Concur simplifies and accelerates the reimbursement process for any out-of-pocket expenses. This is going to help reduce those administrative burdens and also ensuring employees are reimbursed promptly by facilitating a direct deposit once those expense reports are fully approved. It's also very important to touch on integration. From a high level, we really just want to focus on ensuring that your accounting system and Concur are communicating so your expenses can be coded appropriately and then posted back correctly into your accounting system. We do have a handful of options, so please reach out to figure out the best option for your organization. With the flat file on demand integration, businesses can generate and transmit flat files containing the relevant data, such as expense reports, employee information, or payment details directly to Concur as needed. Alternatively, the SFTP integration is going to provide to you a secure and reliable method for transferring files between systems. Businesses can automate that exchange of data between Concur and the accounting system. If you're looking for something more automated, you can utilize a connector through Concur or a partner if you're looking for something to be already built out through a bidirectional sync. But if you're looking for something more robust, our APIs provide a flexible and scalable solution for building custom integrations tailored to your specific needs. We would ask for you to provide someone in-house to be able to utilize our library to build out those APIs. However you do choose to integrate, Concur offers robust and scalable solutions that enable businesses to leverage the full capabilities of our platform while also maintaining that data security and compliance. And then lastly, I do want to touch on some reporting. The Concur Business Analytics Expense Overview Dashboard is going to provide a comprehensive snapshot of your organization's expenses. This is going to allow you to gain valuable insights and also make some informed decisions. Customizable filters and parameters will let you tailor this dashboard to your organization's needs, and then also ensuring that you focus on the metrics that matter most. Overall, it empowers you to proactively manage expenses, drive efficiency, and optimize your organization's financial health. Some of the reports I want to touch on today are the most frequently asked about reports. The expense accrual report is going to provide a detailed overview of expenses that have been incurred but not yet been paid. This is going to allow you to accurately reflect financial obligations in the accounting records. The expense entry analysis detail report is going to offer a granular view of expense entries, providing valuable insights for expense analysis and management. Use this report to help keep track of budgets, inspire policy changes, and keep an eye on specific spend categories. By tracking expenses at the project level, organizations can accurately assess project profitability, identify potential cost overruns, and ensure that expenses are properly allocated to client accounts. This report can be created off of any custom field you're currently tracking today. And then the credit card transaction report. This is going to provide a comprehensive overview of all credit card transactions imported into the system, facilitating accurate expense tracking and reconciliation. In addition, the unassigned credit card transaction report will specifically highlight any credit card transactions that have not yet been assigned to an expense report. This is going to help identify any outstanding items that require attention, and this can also be a powerful tool to help with reconciliation. Thank you for taking the time to learn more about Concur. I hope you found the information valuable and insightful. If you have any further questions or would like to explore Concur in more detail, I encourage you to reach out to your dedicated account executive. Additionally, I want to emphasize that Concur does offer a wide range of add-ons and customizable solutions that can be tailored to fit seamlessly with your business process. So please don't hesitate to reach out and get in touch with us. We're excited about the opportunity to collaborate with you and find the perfect solution for your organization. Once again, thank you for your time and interest in Concur, and we look forward to the possibility of working together to drive efficiency and success to your business.